So having a routine is very important, right? Just look at some of the people that you guys look up to the most. They'll probably have some sort of routine that they always maintain and keep up with to maintain their level of standard and to maintain and even increase their success. But instead of just talking about why you should keep a routine, I think what's more important than the benefits is understanding the things to be careful of. So let's get into that, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Let's get into it. So I think if we're going to talk about the good stuff first, I think probably the main thing, I'm going to start off with the main thing, which is it allows you to be consistent. If you have a set routine and it contains the same stuff to do every day, then because you know what to expect, you'll eventually be able to just get used to it and do things without really thinking about it. I think that it allows you to get better time management skills as well, because once you get used to doing the things every day, you'll eventually get more efficient at doing them and getting used to doing them faster. So more things can be done in one day as you get used to it and you get better time management skills. I do also think with those time management skills, they should be separated into negotiables and like non-negotiables, stuff that you have to do, which I would give sort of one to mental, one to physical. So, or one for like financially if you want to link it to physical, or if you have to go to work or something, that's something that you can't skip, right? But even stuff like going to the gym or doing cardio, some sort of exercise, is very, very good for obviously your physical but also your mental a lot as well. So giving yourself non-negotiables like that, stuff that's actually beneficial and healthy to your life, that will literally help you live and survive longer and better. And then also you can have like non-negotiables too, so like playing games, for example, right? That's a pretty good non-negotiable, at least for me and for any of you guys watching as well, or just watching a movie, just relaxing. Those non-negotiables I also think are very important. That balance, I think, is necessary. I do think also if you have a routine, then because you have better time management skills, it lets you make the time for new experiences and sort of just grow and develop from those experiences, because similar to what I said before, you have more time for those experiences. And I think one of the other bigger things which like outside of being consistent is that it allows you to be more comfortable with yourself and build sort of self-confidence, because if you're doing the things that you need to every day and some people aren't doing that, then you're proving that who you say you are. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm consistent in doing this, and you don't do it, then it sort of leaves a maybe not inherently bad impression, but people will maybe subconsciously think, oh, this guy, he doesn't keep his word, right? But even outside of other people, just for yourself too, you won't trust yourself because you don't have the evidence to back up that you are who you say you are, in terms of being consistent, being disciplined, whatever you want to call it, right? And I do think with that, you should, remember to be humble, remember to have some humility, because you might do the consistent stuff that not a lot of people do, like for example going to the gym 5 days a week or something. You do that every week, right? And even if you do that, you should remember that you're not better than anyone else. If anything, you should use that to encourage other people and try to do the same thing as you. If it's somewhat that's just inherently good, like I don't know, studying or going to the gym or running outside or something. If you do that consistently and you build up that evidence for yourself, and the evidence will show to other people with that, then you should use that to sort of encourage other people as well, and not just bask in your own sort of consistent superiority, I guess. I think that's very, very important thing to do, to stay humble, because you can be very, very consistent, but if you're not having some humility, then people aren't going to like you, and I don't think you like yourself regardless either, because you just have like a nagging feeling in the back of your head, like, yeah, I'm not exactly being the best person here. So I think that is also very important. Now I've talked about the good stuff, and obviously those are very, very good things. I would say they're pretty good, but there are definitely some things to be aware of and be careful of. And I think one of the things is not prioritizing one thing over the other to sort of an extreme degree, to the point where it sort of takes over your life. Unless you want to obviously take that to like that skill or something. For example, I'm learning an instrument or something to a professional level. If you want to take that to that level, then I think it makes sense to obsess over that goal, right? I think that's pretty fair. But I think in your day-to-day life, that shouldn't be the case, because, and I can't really stress this enough, right? At least I think this is the case for the most part in terms of the general day-to-day routine, that the balance is like super, super important. So being sort of physically, mentally, socially active, whether it be like with your friends or family or stuff like that, right? I think if you don't have that balance, you're going to go too much on one side of the scale. And if you go too much on one side of the scale, then I think that you will not enjoy life as much. So let's say like if you're a university student, right, and you have like your studying, your physical activity, your social life, and you have your hobbies and stuff. Balancing all of that, I think, is pretty important. Some days you need to prioritize stuff of the other. Like obviously that makes sense, right? You can't do everything in one day, every single day. But I do think that in general, a sort of balance is important, because if you don't have that, then you're gonna go too much one way and you're gonna neglect other aspects of your life that are important. So I think that balance is extremely important. So just remember that. And with the balance as well, I think taking breaks to sort of rest up and maintain that consistency is also very important, because you don't want to get to a point where you're consistent for so long and then you just burn out because you've been trying to do too many things in one day. That's what happened to me as well. I did too many things in one day, or I tried to do too many things every day. And I got super burnt out, and then that consistency wasn't as easy to maintain. It was very, very difficult to maintain. So I think taking consistent breaks as well, which can be done in many ways. It doesn't have to be just doing nothing and just like sleeping or something. It can be sort of spending time on your hobbies, hanging out with the people that you care about, because that stuff gives you that energy back, right? So to maintain that consistency, doing stuff that gives you a positive feeling in your life, like say playing games or watching movies, being with friends, that rejuvenates you and it gives you the energy I think you need to keep going as well, because you know that there's stuff to look forward to. If you put something that you can look forward to, like hobbies or whatever, then it makes it a lot easier to maintain that consistency, and also you can use that as a way to take breaks and then grind your way to the whatever goal you have afterwards or before, whatever as well. I think this point might be controversial. I feel like it's less controversial nowadays, but and because I think some people might say it's selfish, maybe, but I think prioritizing yourself is like I think it's the number one thing, right? Like I said, some people say it might be selfish, but I think that's pretty dumb, because I think taking care of your physical, mental health is like the number one important thing. So when you're doing something and you need to sort of grind for that thing, and then if you need to like cancel plans or fully focus on that goal, that should be okay. Like people shouldn't be not offended, I guess offended, but also they shouldn't feel hurt that you, for example, cancel plans or anything like that, because you need to prioritize what you're going towards. Or if you need to take a break even, and you need to just chill by yourself and not do anything, and you don't want to hang out for whatever reason, then that should also be fine with the people around you. I think it links to sort of taking breaks and needing that balance as well, like prioritizing yourself. You need to prioritize yourself and take a break. That's also fine, and I don't think that's like selfish at all. I think that's if anything, it shows that you have self-respect, that you want to sort of take the time to just chill or do whatever, maybe focus on something specific that you need to, that makes it so that you can't spend time on other things. I think that's also good to do, so that you maintain that self-respect for yourself, and then you can focus on what you need to do as well. Something to keep in mind though as well is, I think you should sort of try to vary up your routine if possible, so that it doesn't feel like you're in a loop and you're living the same day over and over and over again. And I think this is definitely the most difficult, because routines are usually made up of sort of necessary obligations, right? You go to a school or uni, you go to work, you go take care of someone's, take care of something, whatever. A lot of people's routines, they're made up of stuff that you have to do, so it's very, very difficult to do that. But if possible, then I think it's good to try and switch it up. Maybe try and learn a new skill, try and meet new people. Just do something that makes it not feel the exact same as how you usually go about your day, if possible. It doesn't have to be like all the time either. You don't have to keep changing it every single time. But changing it here and there, I think, is a pretty good thing. And I chose Alan Wake 2 to talk about this in terms of the background gameplay, because the dark place is about looping and not being able to get out, being stuck in a specific situation for a very, very long time. So I think it was pretty appropriate to choose Alan Wake 2 for this. So I thought that's why it's in the background right now. But yeah, I guess in conclusion, I think having a routine and sticking with it is very, very important. As I said in the sort of beginning part of the video, because it builds discipline and consistency, which is very, very important to sort of build that momentum and be able to achieve the stuff that you want to achieve. But I do think that the balance is also extremely, extremely important. Don't forget to maintain that balance, so that you're just going to become miserable, or maybe not miserable, but you're just not going to be as consistently happy as he could be. So I think consistency and balance are the main takeaway for this video. So that's what I want to give to you guys. I think having those two things is also very, very important. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. That's kind of all I wanted to say. Bye bye.